Well, hello everyone, happy Thursday. It feels like Friday because this is normally where we stand on a Friday morning, and it may well be Friday when you are watching this because I'll be putting it out about 10:30 p.m. on Thursday. But whatever time you're watching it, the Premier League season is here. Football is back. The Community Shield, doesn't count for me, sorry. The proper football is back. Liverpool are at home to Bournemouth at 8 p.m. on Friday, and it's going to be a memorable evening for many reasons. First of all, it will be a sad start to the evening, commemorating the tragic passing of Diogo Jota, of course, with the tributes, the minute silence, the black armbands, the mosaic. It's going to be very moving, I'm sure, to be at Anfield, especially when all 60,000 fans will be singing his name. Hopefully over the course of the season, Liverpool players can do the memory of Diogo proud as they start their title defence. So this video is going to be looking forward to that title defence. Are they the favourites? Yes, absolutely. Can they win it again? Yes, absolutely. We'll look at some of the reasons why they might not be able to win it again, but I don't think there are many, and I think they are only teething problems and not big issues. First of all, though, I was in there a few minutes ago talking to Arne Slot. So we'll talk a bit about what he said in the embargo section, because by the time this video is out, he will have already spoke maybe 12 hours ago, even more in the open section. But just quickly to breeze over a few topics from that open section, he sort of alluded to the fact that there are a few worries defensively. Only one clean sheet in pre-season, that was against Stoke, behind closed doors, just over that way somewhere. And he said, my standard is 10 out of 10. My standards are sky high, and at this current stage, we are not at that level. We don't want to just do things well, he said. We want to do them 10 out of 10. So he is in pursuit of that perfection, shall we say. Can't speak today. But I'm sure Liverpool will find it. And as we know, a new defender is coming in Giovanni Leone. By the time this video goes out, he may well be signed on the dotted line, having his photos taken. Not sure when that'll be announced. Maybe today, but maybe they've got too much work to do in the pictures. So maybe it's one for another day. Let's see. But Leone will be a Liverpool player soon, and we'll do a full video on him at some point in the coming days, because I've done a lot of research and there's a lot of things to like about him from the people I speak to. Another thing that Slot said in there in the open section was about Florian Wirtz. He said his mentality is his biggest strength. Now, I've watched him play all through pre-season. I went to Munich to watch him play for Germany in the Nations League, and I think that his creativity is his biggest strength. So if his mentality is even better than that, then it must be on point. What a player he is. We'll touch on Wirtz again a little bit in a minute when we talk about what Slot said in the embargo bit. But also in the main bit, he did discuss team news. Joe Gomez could be back in the squad. Ghosty there, Paul Ghost, trying to ruin the YouTube video. What he doesn't know is after this, I'm going to sit in his chair in the Redmen TV studio, give him an elbow out the way. Where was I? Team news. Joe Gomez fit enough to be in the squad, maybe. They will make a late call on that. Whether he's in the squad or not, I can't see him coming on. Even if a Virgil or an Ibu got injured, I think they would still turn to Endo or not Gravenberch, because he's not in the squad. I still don't think they'd turn to Gomez. I don't think he's fit yet. He missed an awful lot of football last season. But he could be in the squad, and that's a good sign. He's done 2 training sessions out there. He's expected to do a third today, Thursday. So that's a good sign. Maybe next week he will be more fit to be in the squad. As we know, Ryan Gravenberch won't be in the squad because of that suspension. That is a big loss for Liverpool, because they did miss him a lot last week. I thought the midfield looked particularly weak, but I would guess that Alexis McAllister will be in that squad. I think he's ready to play. I think he's ready to start now. Maybe not a full 90 minutes, but I do think McAllister will get that start. I think that is the only real question mark over the XI or the 11. I don't know why. I don't think you should be saying XI out loud. And the only other fitness worry is Conor Bradley, and as far as I'm aware, he will not be ready for tomorrow, which is a big blow for Liverpool, especially noting his fitness concerns over the first couple of years of his senior career. But my guess for the 11 is quite an easy one this week. Alisson, Frimpong, Konate, Van Dijk, Kirkes against his former club. I think that one may be a little bit of a question mark because I did think he was very below par at Wembley, but against his former club. First game of the season, I think Kirkes will get a start. Midfield, I think it'll be Dominic Szoboszlai and McAllister. McAllister, as I said a second ago, to play maybe about 60 minutes. He's not fully match fit yet, so I would expect to see Curtis Jones or an Endo coming on with half an hour to go. And then the front three sort of picks itself. Salah on the right, Wirtz through the middle, Gakpo on the left, and Ekitike leading the line. Liverpool do need a new forward, and that will be a topic of discussion going forward in the next 2 weeks. So it will be a tricky game tomorrow, Bournemouth, because they are a good team, but they have lost pretty much the heart of that defence. Zabani's gone, Kirkes is gone, Huijsen is gone, and Kepa is gone as well. So that's pretty much the spine of their team obliterated. They have made some good signings, but let's see how they settle in. And speaking of signings, that was one of the things that Arne Slot was asked about in the embargo section. How can you've spent a lot of money, and, well, how do you live up to the pressure of spending all that money, and what happens next, basically? And Arne said, well, yes, we've spent a lot of money, but we've sort of had to because players have left. Trent left that they didn't want them to leave. Fringe players wanted to go and get regular game time elsewhere. Darwin Núñez, Luis Diaz wanted to leave. Whether Liverpool wanted them to or not, I think they were happy to let Núñez leave. I think Diaz, they were happy with the money they got, but in an ideal world they would have kept him. So he defended the spending, said brought in 190 million in, they've recouped 190 mil in outgoings. They'll probably take that to at least 250 in the coming weeks, with sales probably for Harvey Elliott if he goes, Tsimikas, Ben Dokes maybe, and Chiesa will probably be allowed to leave once Liverpool have got that forward in, I would imagine. And then finally, he was asked about Florian Wirtz and how he can, live up to his sky-high potential, and he said, well, he's already living up to that potential. He's already a Germany international, he's already a German Bundesliga winner, a German Cup winner. He's proven everything. He doesn't get distracted at all by that price tag. But he did say, if he wants to go on and be one of the greats like Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo or Mo Salah, maybe not quite at that level, but he has the belief that he can be at that level. And Arne Slot says the one thing they all had in common was looking after their bodies, being in that right mentality. We already spoke earlier about the mentality. He says he's basically challenged him to get his body in that way, keep fit in that way, and he can definitely go on to be one of the all-time greats, or certainly one of the best of his generation. And I have said this on this channel before, my pick for PFA Player of the Year is Florian Wirtz, if he can stay fit all season. And I do think that Liverpool will go on and win that title again. Maybe there'll be bumps along the way, maybe more bumps than last season because they did walk it last year, but I do think that they will win it again. But I'll be back with another video after the game tomorrow, so I'll see you then.